Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I'm excited for today's video because I love these type of, going back in time, and I also love talking about my favorites from these times. So if you guys want to see what we're getting into today, then just keep on watching. So if you guys did not know, the legendary rap group Salt and Pepa collaborated with Milani Cosmetics to create their own collection. I had to pick it up. Just listen, when I saw it, I just knew I had to get it, and I was getting tagged in people who wanted to see a video on the collection. So I think there's 4 pieces altogether in the collection. I got 3 of them. I think the other one is just another lip product, which now looking back, I probably should have picked that up too. But the first is this very necessary eyeshadow and highlight palette. This is what the inside looks like. Yes, okay, that's what the inside looks like. The second is the Hot, Cool, and Vicious eyeshadow and, same eyeshadow and highlight palette. That's what this one looks like. And then the third item I got is the what's their name? Just Salt and Pepa lip kit, matte lipstick and lip liner, ensemble in Shoop, and that's this product here. Now, looking at the colors inside of the palette, okay, well, Salt and Pepa debuted in 1985, so mid-80s, right? But when I asked on Twitter what time period do you associate them with, the 80s or the 90s, a lot of the replies said the early 90s. But when you look inside the palettes, the colors are very 80s. And most importantly, I was looking, because when I was first researching, what I wanted to do, I was looking at, like late 80s type of makeup, think like Whitney Houston, that time frame. But then Twitter said that they considered them the 90s, and I've already done doing my makeup like the 90s type of video, and I didn't want to do one again. And I found this picture here of Naomi Campbell that I wanted to recreate, so I was like, you know what? Like, I'm gonna just have to take that chance of having overly nitpicking people pointing out that, I'm doing an 80s type of makeup look and hair when they consider them 90s. I asked my parents. My parents said they consider them the 80s. And keep in mind, a majority of the people who follow me are in their 20s, teens, and early 30s, like in that order. A majority. I know there are other age frames who follow me, but so I'm not sure if like that's the difference, because like I said, my parents said 80s. So today I am doing my makeup like the 80s because I want to recreate that look, and because like they debuted mid 80s, so it still counts. All right, so let's go. So you probably noticed I already started, and kudos to me for doing this off camera because it took a good 30 minutes. My brows are thinner, and I think this might be why, even when I showed that Naomi a picture on Twitter, some people said it could kind of be considered like early 90s because of the brows. They are very thin, they're very curved, and y'all know that's a struggle for me because my brows are very thick. They're borderline straight with a little tail, and they're very dark, so that is not easy to conceal and create a different brow shape. But I feel like I did a decent job here. They're as thin as I can get. Beggars can't be choosers, so we're just gonna keep it pushing. I'm going to hop into the very necessary palette first and take this purple shade, and I'm just going to start putting that on my lid in a dome type of shape. I don't think I've actually ever used Milani eyeshadows before, so this will be my first little taste of them. One of the reasons the look stood out to me as 80s is the purple. Like, how now when we make jokes, remember back in the day when everyone was just wearing like one eyeshadow shade across their eyes? In the 80s, it was usually purple. So that's why I want to do like doing my makeup like the 80s type of video. Or if it wasn't purple, it was gonna be blue. Those 2 colors, blue, purple, very 80s. And then hop into the Hot, Cool, and Vicious palette, okay, which still has the plastic on it. All right. And take this shade right here, start buffing out the darker purple, and just really go in the crease and out here. Another 80s makeup, what do you call these? Tips, facts? type of thing. Our makeup today is going to go like all the way out here and probably all the way, actually no, all the way to the brows. 80s was a very interesting time for makeup. I like it. You guys know I like color, so it was very explosive, very bold, very in your face, and that's me summed up into 3 adjectives. So I'm feeling today. I'm excited. And then this pink shade, which in a normal video probably would have been where I place my transition shade, and place that up here, and you know, be generous. Be generous. Okay, now the struggle part for me. So her brow highlight is kind of like a grayish blue purple. So I've switched back to the Very Necessary palette, the one that's more shimmer shades. And I guess I'm just gonna do a mixture of that. This is where this look could go left and I want it to go right. Oh, look at that. All right, I'm gonna try gray first and see if I like it. And then lightly, oh, that's darker than I was expecting. I'm gonna go over that with the purple that I used from my lid shade. It's a lot darker than I was expecting. And then just a teeny tiny amount of the blue. I think they're more pigmented than I was expecting them to be, which is why even when I think I'm using a little, I'm actually using a lot. And then just blend the two together with the transition pink from the Hot, Cool, and Vicious palette. So now to prep my skin, I'm trying to get as blurred as possible because Naomi's face looks very airbrushed and I don't have Naomi's skin. So I gotta try to recreate it. So this is the Laura Mercier Blurring Primer. And then this NYX Pore Filler. So I'm actually gonna take this Pat McGrath concealer and start spot concealing first because I'm gonna use tinted moisturizer. YouTuber Natasha asked everyone using tinted moisturizer again, but no, really back in that time frame, they were not using the amount of coverage that we do now, and their faces weren't as sculpted. Well, maybe Naomi's was because it's Naomi Campbell. But before I do concealer, I'm just gonna go over any dark spots that I got. So you see that concealer on top of my brows? That is where my real brow hair is. And again, you know, it's dark, thick, real hair. And I also have the dark microblading on top of that. So I had to use a thicker concealer to actually conceal that area. Now I'm worried about that blending into my foundation since I'm using a tinted moisturizer. But you know what? We're gonna go through this video with the thought process that everything's gonna break out. So I did contour my nose, which you guys know I don't like doing, but you gotta do what you gotta do when you're trying to be accurate. But I'm doing it under my foundation so that, you know, like hopefully she's a little less noticeable. And I'm just going to blend out my concealer. And ColourPop Tinted Moisturizer as my foundation today. I don't know if you guys can pick it up in the picture, but all of this area of her face is very yellow, and I'm not sure if that's straight up eyeshadow, because best believe back in that time frame, they would have used eyeshadow in this. Just this whole area of your face could have been eyeshadow, so I'm not sure if that's eyeshadow or if, again, because of that time, it's that yellow setting powder. You know, think Ben Nye, Sacha Buttercup type of yellow, which I don't have any of those. So I'm going to use this banana powder from CoverGirl just so I can at least get that undertone under my eye first. I'm gonna straight up take the yellow from the eyeshadow palette and bake my under eye with it. For contour today, do you guys see how down and dramatic her contour is? That's what we're going for. I kind of gave myself a line to stick with the, ooh, ow, with the setting powder. Did they have bronzer in the 80s for my skin tone? Probably not, but whatever I missed with contour, I'm about to add with bronzer, and a more cool tone bronzer, not like a red like the Fenty Beauty one. Now this might just be what I'm most excited for in this video. It is time for blush, and let me tell you something, in the 80s, blush was your friend, okay? We're gonna put blush here, we're gonna put blush here, along the temple. It's kind of low-key like blend into the eyeshadow. I'm excited. Let's go. Oh, I'm gonna use the pink that I use as like a transition shade. So this one as my blush shade. See, on a normal day, you might want to wipe off some of that excess, but today we're gonna keep it, and we're going to. We're gonna add more. Don't worry. This is what kind of makes me wish I got the other lip kit, because red was a very big 80s lip color. Look at their lips on the packaging, but I got this one, which I guess will kind of still work, because in the picture that I'm recreating, Naomi's lips are kind of like pinky nude. So you get a lip liner and a lip color. Because, you know, we're realistic over here. I know this lip liner is not going to line my lips, so I used one that would, but I'm still going to use it on top of the one that actually would first. And then the actual lipstick shoop in the middle. Please be pinkish. And Naomi's lips are kind of glossy, which is why the lips are low-key giving me 90s vibes. So I'm just gonna add a little teeny tiny bit of Chocolate from Fenty Beauty. And literally just kind of. You might have noticed since the video started that I've got these rollers in my hair. For hair, I am trying to go for the hair that Naomi has in the picture, but I'm also going for Think Whitney type of hair, you know, curly bang, very big, bold in your face. I'm gonna go ahead, take these rollers out. Fingers crossed that this worked, but let's see. Ooh. So my battery is about to die. I still have to finish taking these out, but before it dies, I want to point out that you're looking at the picture and you see the eyelashes that she's got on. I'm going for that, but the eyelashes I have are bold, but they're fuller than the ones that she's got, so I'm just gonna pluck them before I put them on my face, just in case it does die and I don't get to film that part. And you know, like, I low-key don't want to wait, so if I just come back with that already done, just throwing that out. This one was not feeling me. Look at that. That's all right. It's okay. Okay, so I am done with my face and I am feeling it. I am here for it. I'm definitely feeling very 80s. You know, my hair made some points. Maybe they knew what they were doing in the 80s with the whole curly bang all over your eye. I'm just feeling my face today, and I'm feeling this collection. Like I said, this is my first time trying Milani eyeshadows. Ooh, excuse me. I feel like they were pigmented. The only shade that gave me a weird type of vibe was the one silver shade. Other than that, everything else was pigmented. It was easy to control how you build color. Now the color stories themselves are not the most practical, but again, think of the time period. So this is more for the people who like color, stuff like that. Like I mentioned before, the very necessary one is a more silver, ooh, how am I holding this? Silver shimmer palette. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 shimmers, and then 3 mattes, if I can count correctly, and I think this is also supposed to be like a highlighter or something like that. And the other one is more mattes. Yes, the other one is more mattes with 2, 3 shimmers, and then I think another highlights in there. So this is definitely more for the colorful makeup wear. As far as the lip kit, I mentioned before, the lip liner is not lining my lips. My lips are naturally dark, but once you find a lip liner that actually works for your skin tone, the lip liner and lipstick combination go well together, and they look well. They go great for someone who is my skin tone, so I would certainly recommend this one. Low-key still feel some type of way. I didn't pick up the red one, but you know, it's still there in the store. This is probably limited edition, so I'll probably pick it up before they take it away. But yeah, I feel like that is pretty much it for this video. I love these type of videos. You know, I did the 90s one with the 90s makeup and the 90s hair. Now it's the 80s. Let me know if you want the 70s. I'm feeling it. I really just want to start singing. I want to dance with someone. I want to start singing it and dancing with it. So yeah, let me know about that. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope it was interesting, you know, hearing about how makeup was done at different times. And yeah, that is pretty much it. So make sure to thumbs up, comment, and subscribe down below. Thank you all for watching. I will see you in the next one.